Hi everybody, this is Tina with Loving Life's Little Blessings, and we are getting ready to do our second catalog cased project. I missed last week, so I'm so sorry guys. I was busy and just totally missed it, so we're a week behind, but we're going to jump in here. And the project that I've picked for today is this scrapbook page right here. So this is using the Afternoon Picnic Designer Series paper. It's on page 34 of the catalog, and we're just going to jump right in and do this page. Okay. These videos might be a little bit longer for these catalog cased projects because my desire is really just to do everything on camera with you guys and just show you start to finish. And so that's going to make my videos a little bit longer than normal. Let's get started. This particular layout is using the Afternoon Picnic paper. So what I've done, you can see that with this, they have done a few things. I'm first going to start with a piece of 12 by 12 very vanilla cardstock, and we're going to do the base, what they've done on the base part of it first, and then we'll do these squares. So the first thing they've done is they stamped using this stamp set right here. Now the colors that coordinate are, the colors we're going to be using are Coastal Cabana, Crushed Curry, and Pear Pizzazz. Now I'm going to... Hi everybody, I'm doing a voiceover for this part because I had to speed it up, and I apologize if this is really loud or not loud enough. I'm using a microphone and I'm not going to be able to tell exactly how it's going until I publish this. So all I'm doing here is I was going to go ahead and show you guys how to use a Stampin' jig, but as it turns out I really struggled with it. It was the first time that I used it. And so the Stampin' jig is a tool that you can use to line up your stamping. You stamp first on the image sheet. You put the image sheet down, and then you stamp on that image sheet like I'm doing right now. And then you can take and place that image sheet where you want your stamp, and then you bring your stamp back and you place that stamp down, and you place the tool right up. You align it, your block in it, and then you remove the stamping image plate, and then you stamp onto your project. So that's all that I do here. I just run through that, and it takes a little bit getting used to. I would say to do a little bit of test stamping if you want to use that Stampin' jig. It's a great tool, and I'll be using it more. It was just a little hard to get used to. And so I do Pear Pizzazz on the bottom here, and then you're going to see later in the layout that I end up doing two layers. I do a color on the bottom, and then I stack another color. I'm getting ready to use, I think I use Coastal Cabana next, and I stack that, or maybe I use Crushed Curry down here on the bottom. So I end up doing two layers of the stamped image, but when I place my layered paper on there, it actually doesn't even matter because it in a way it covers it up. And I didn't realize that was going to happen because, again, I'm not pre-planning any of these projects while I'm doing them. I'm just doing them all on camera for you. So I go ahead and I start doing the Crushed Curry here, and then I'm going to flip my paper around, and I do Wisteria Wonder and Coastal Cabana up top, and those are my stamped images on the base of the layout, and then again it ends up, I cover some of that up, but that's okay. It ends up being okay. I like things to really match. So I like things to be the same. If I do something to this side of a project, I like to do it to this side. So I changed it up a little bit of how I did it, and I'm going to change
the centering of all of the items right here on this. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I'm going to get these little splatters. Okay, so I have this really cool product. I'm going to move my layout while I'm doing this. These are our Stampin' Up! Misters. So what you do is you just unscrew them. They open up, and then they are a little spray, a little spritzer. And what you do is you fill it with alcohol. And then you take your re-inker. I'm using Coastal Cabana. Okay, so I was looking to double check to make sure it's just alcohol, and from what I found, you can just use alcohol. This is only 70, I have a 70% alcohol. So some suggested to use a higher alcohol content. So then you just take your re-inker and you just put a few drops down there. I've seen lots of people add shimmer to it, so it's shiny. You could do that with lots of different products. I'm not going to, so I'm going to make 2 of these. I'm going to make a Coastal Cabana, and then I'm going to make a crushed curry. Okay, so I'm just taking a box. I've set it on my work surface. And then I'm going to set this down inside of it, of the box. It's dark because the light. And then I'm going to shake these up. And I'm going to test it on the side. And so then I'm just spraying it. Oh my gosh, I love this. I never would have tried this. To be honest, this is not something that I would have ever tried, but so I really love that. And then if you want like big drops, I kind of want some like really big splats. You can just untwist this. There we go. Woo! Getting a little carried away. That was fun. Okay. So I'm all splattered up. And so now we can just dive right in. Hopefully the rest of this will go fast. So they have, you can see on here that they have 6 different squares, and I'm assuming that they're 3 inches wide. So I know for sure they have. So here's the afternoon picnic paper. And I'm not going to do the exact patterns that they did, because to be honest, I don't like the patterns, the exact patterns that they did. I do want to try. Okay, so we'll do a purple one, a Coastal Cabana, oh, here it is. This is the piece I'm looking for. I won't do this piece. And then I'm going to do some solids. So the way they have these done is they look like those old Polaroid photos, which is very popular right now. So let's, I'd say maybe 3 by 4. So let's cut a 3 by 4 square and see how it looks.
Okay, so here all I did is I eyeballed what I thought it was. So I'm just trying to pick out different sizes to see what's going to work. And the first one I pick out doesn't work. It doesn't fit across the whole page. And then the measurements that end up working, that I end up settling with, is 3 3/4 by 4.5. And that seemed to work. I think it's a little bit longer than the actual photo in the catalog, but it worked for the layout and it made it more symmetrical for me. I ended up liking it a little bit better. So that's all I'm doing, is I'm just trying out to see. That's all you have to do with these project in the catalog that you see, because there's no actual instructions. We're just kind of guessing what they've done to see what looks better, what works, what fits. So the measurements end up being 3 3/4 by 4.5.
So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play around with the placement and see how I would like this to look. So I have a solid and a solid. I have 2 pattern. I think maybe what I'll do, that's going to cover up my entire stamped image. Okay, so that's going to be a bummer. But I think that's what I'm going to do. So then let's pick I'm going to end up covering up that blue stamped image that I did right there. I'm going to try not to. Okay, I'm going to let them show just a little bit. So I want to take a look at my actual images to see if I can go ahead and adhere these down. And it looks like the top ones I can. So let's get a couple of these in place so then we have a way, a guide to work. Down here there's going to be a lace doily and a few other things. So this I don't want to attach down yet. Right here is going to be a photo, and then a photo. So these are the photos I've chosen. I want to do this layout of violet. And I tried to pick photos where I could trim it down. So this is a little less than a 4-inch this way. So I think let's try it with a piece of cardstock first before we start cutting our pictures. I think I'm going to try 3.5. It's 4.5 by 4 by 4. And let's see how that looks. So I need to take a little bit more off. So 3.25. 3.25 by, go with the photos. So then let's do this down here. I think, can I attach these down here? I actually think that I can. So mine is definitely coming out larger, more proportioned to the 12 by 12 layout than the project in the catalog. I think maybe they used even smaller squares, like maybe even like the photos maybe were even like 2 by 2. Okay, I'm back and I'm gonna show you guys. I'm at the point where I'm gonna start putting on all the embellishments. I'll show you what I've done, but I wanted to show you guys. Let's take a peek at the photo again. So here's the project, and I have my photos in here, and I've glued this down. I've put adhesive on here, and then I decided I'm not going to stamp on this. On this one, they have it stamped right there, but I decided I'm not going to stamp because I don't think it'll show up very well on there. So then I've stamped the oval from Oh Hello. I just stamped the oval in Pear Pizzazz, and then I've attached it to the doily. And then I can attach this down. That's the next thing. And then the next layer is this, and all I've done for this piece is I've just stamped Oh Hello at the top and then Hello 3 more times. And that I'm going to put all the way up at the top of the purple. You can see I messed up. So I stamped it. I wasn't getting my spacing. I wasn't spacing it very well. You could put this on pop dots. Looks like in the photo, now that I'm looking at it, it looks like it is on pop dots. So then there is one of these buttons over here in the corner. And I like to just attach these with glue dots. Seems like these are easily attached with glue dots. This is going to be one of my calendar pages this year. If you followed my blog or my YouTube channel, you know I do calendars for Christmas gifts, and this is going to be one of my calendar pages. So then I've just stamped this and cut it out. It's late now here, so it's hard to see this a little bit. I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive down on there, and then I'm actually going to tuck it under that. And then there is a button on here. This is a Bermuda Bay actual button. It actually doesn't coordinate exactly with these colors because this is Coastal Cabana, but it is the color that coordinates the most. So I felt like looking at the picture that must be what they did. I just had some I didn't have any twine. I thought that I did, but when I went to get it, I didn't have any. So I just grabbed some gray and white baker's twine that I had from another project. Like, it came in a kit. We don't have gray baker's twine, but I had gotten some in a kit, and so I just grabbed that to use. And then this is one of our new buttons. It's very vanilla, and it goes right at the top here. So I'm just following the photo and placing these embellishments. So then there's these buttons right here I pulled out. The purple was from our Subtles collection, the green was from the Brights collection, and the yellow was from the Regals collection. And they just have these buttons placed. I'm actually going to place them at the top of this photo because I have buttons all down here already. Just like that. Then what I've done is I've taken and punched a hexagon from our hexagon punch. I've stamped a V with this stamp set. They actually used the outline sketched alpha, but I don't have that. I just have the sketched. So I went ahead and did that, and then I sprayed it with my mister that I made earlier with the yellow. And then I spritzed it with this, and this is the Shimmer Glimmer Mist, and I just spritzed it with that, so it came out this really pretty. It has a V for violet, and I'm gonna put that right there. So then this is a journaling block that I made, and I just spritzed it with the 2 spritzers that I made earlier, and I'm actually going to journal on this at a later time. So I'm going to, oh, now that I'm looking at this, it's crooked. It's just gonna have to be crooked. I'm noticing it now. That's a bummer. That one green one is crooked. don't know what happened. Okay, so that's that. Oh, it's bugging me, and I don't think I can get it up. Oh, maybe I can. Maybe I can. Well, I was able to get it up enough. Is what it is. Okay, so now if you look closely in this photo, you can see right up here, it's like a faux washi tape, and then same thing right there, and then right over here. And I think, I'm not exactly positive how they did that, actually. I think they might have used vellum, and I was going to try to use vellum, but I don't have any on hand. So what I've done is I've just taken that afternoon paper, and one of the patterns is this stripey pattern, and so I've cut stripes out, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use that like they have like a faux washi tape by just putting adhesive on it and just doing basically what they did. And then I'm gonna use the blue one. I'm gonna make that one a little shorter and put that one right here. And then I'll put those buttons over that. And then this purple one I'm going to put down here. Okay. And then let's just put these buttons on. This is very much not my style. I never ever would have done a layout like this. So it's been a lot of fun to kind of get out of my comfort zone and do something really different. And I really thought that I did not like that splattered, spritzy look that is very, very popular right now. But as I was doing this, I found that I really liked it. And you might see me do more of it. So this is my catalog cased project. This is the scrapbook page on page 34 using the afternoon paper. I hope you guys have liked it. Let me know what you think of it. And I'll have photos at the end of this. And come back next week and we'll do another catalog cased project. And make sure you check out my website. I have a design team call and would love for you to be on the design team for catalog cased projects. And thank you guys so much for coming by, and I'll talk to you later.